Like
This will be
isn't the
obvious
safest
later,
idea.
but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Wait, so was Molly not?
I spent a lot of time
Or
in
no, I
Great
guess
Grandma
Molly was
Edie's
just the
room.
kitten and the girl. I don't know. Oh, hey, she had one up here too.
Her room was like a museum.
Makes sense. Oh, it's Odin.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune.
Hold on, let me look at something. Hold on. Okay. Oh, this is
Odin
older.
Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann. On January
Sad.
7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
He brought his house on the water?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Is that where we are now?
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
No. Oh, that was the end.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
So it started with Odin, then to Edie. Interesting. Lewis. There's
Great
nothing
Grandma
there
had always
yet.
been the family's biggest fan. Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
What else is in here?
Edie gave a big interview about a
Mole
mole
man?
man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
What the heck is a mole man?
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Build 1937 Sven
When Edie
Finch.
told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Yeah, saying killed by a dragon is 10 times
Even in
worse.
her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Hold on, is there anything else in here? There's a Lewis thing, but... Alright. Oh, it's this room. The weird
The only
bathroom.
trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah. Okay, we can't go out. Oh. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven Edie Finch. What am I supposed to do?
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Whoa. There's so many hidden rooms in this house. It's actually kind of weird.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Oh, this is
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Sam, yeah. Sam and Calvin. I'm assuming
And
this
that
was
he never
Calvin's
talked
side.
about him.
Because it had the rope.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Wanted to be an astronaut.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oh god. Do I do this? Oh, both. Okay.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Oh, he really hated mushrooms.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Is this swing gonna break?
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
I'm gonna jump into the ocean.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Wait, what is this swing around? Pretty sure that defies physics.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Then?
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
Ooh.
Calvin!
next one.
I'm not gonna tell you again!
Then maybe he'd still be here.
Nope.
But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Yeah, okay, that that definitely does.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Okay. Yep.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Okay, well, I don't think he was that far. That's sad.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Fort Sam.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
I don't blame him. Whoa. One of the fakest looking ones I've ever seen.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Well, yeah. Okay, so that's a way out. Oh, Barbara's room.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
That's creepy. Got a
I never
vinyl
thought about
record
how
player.
hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Barb's tree. Dreadful stories.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old
Oh,
Jack,
Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it the surprise ending of Barbara Finch.
That voice creeps me out.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Jesus.
But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
Jesus.
So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned.
He did.
So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Well, I'm doing this.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh, it looks like a comic. Oh,
She
God.
found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
That's blood.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
What?
The old fridge
Oh, God.
rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh,
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But this is a trick.
Okay.
Dead, Walter.
You probably actually died. Where are the stairs? Can I take the ladder? Nope. I feel like Rick's dead. Oh.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh, God.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Window, yeah. Also, Walter's just chilling under the bed still.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Oh god.
It wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
You still there? We're gonna go down and then not gonna be there. Because she's taken forever. I feel like you would move much faster in this situation. Yep, called it.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Oh god. Sure, let's go answer the door.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. She's gonna get her screen back.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then
What
she
about the
saw
Hookman?
what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't
Right,
there
Frankenstein.
myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time.
Wow.
They took it all
Hello,
pretty
Wugon38.
hard, but that's another
Welcome,
story.
welcome.
As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Ew.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh my god. Well, that was something.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Can we go listen to Walters? I want to hear Walters after that. I'm about 40 minutes in. Wugon. And I think the game's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours, so... I don't know, I wouldn't say it's the beginning.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Molly
yeah.
always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
R.I.P. World War II. Why are we walking so slow?